Hello, Grand Rapids. This is City Manager Mark Washington. I'm here with our City Engineer Tim Burkman on this nice, warm summer day. We're near the intersection of Hall and Madison. We have a major street and utility project that's happening, and Tim's going to tell us about it. But before we get into it, Tim, tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so I'm a licensed professional engineer, graduated with a degree in civil engineering, and most of my career I've spent in city municipal engineering for about 20 years, the last 5 with the city of Grand Rapids. And prior to that, worked as a consultant designing projects such as these.
Well, we're happy to have you on board, but you know, it's often joked there's 2 seasons in Michigan, winter and construction.
Right.
And here in Grand Rapids lately, residents have been seeing a lot of construction, and it's good and bad. Good in that we are taking care of infrastructure. It's bad in that it's inconvenient. So tell us a little bit about the project and what it's intended to do, and then we'll talk a little bit about some of the unintended aspects of construction.
Sure. Yeah, so the project we're on right now is Hall between Madison and Eastern, about a half mile of roadway that's being completely reconstructed. There's water main under this street that is over 100 years old that's being replaced by our water system, who received funding through the bipartisan infrastructure law through the Drinking Water Revolving Fund loan that we have available to help fund work like this. But critical infrastructure being replaced just to improve reliability and make sure that we're taking care of our system.
Yeah, because the importance of it, if this project was deferred, if it were delayed, you know, the potential for failure of that infrastructure could be very disastrous, and repairing something on emergency versus planned construction is even more disruptive.
Right, right. So the city takes an asset management approach with all of our infrastructure, our facilities, and so we know the age and condition of every piece of infrastructure that's surface condition or below ground, and so we have plans that call for regular replacement and know that when it's time for a project to happen, make sure that we have that lined up.
Tell us a little bit about how residents are typically informed about projects when they're both designed and then actually when they're being delivered with construction.
Right, so when we have projects that are planned, we'll send out mailers in advance. If it's a project that's going to involve significant changes to the roadway, we will have a concept design meeting with adjacent property owners to share what we believe the concept should be, receive input, alter that design, and then come back with the final design. And then we will have a construction preparation meeting where we'll inform residents, property owners, business owners just ahead of construction of what they can expect, what to plan for, and answer any questions they may have.
Well, this is a really big project, almost a little over $4 million. And we're putting in street and maintenance this year over almost $30 million, right?
Correct.
This year. So really big project. So going up and down the streets, talking to some of the neighbors and businesses, obviously we've heard the inconvenience, the temporary inconvenience and disruption. What do you sense are some of the things that could be done to improve notification and engagement moving forward, as you're hearing from some of the residents?
Yeah, I think certainly the more engagement we can do, the better. Stopping, listening to what the concerns are of the adjacent property owners. I mean, we do send out mailers, but not everybody reads their mail. We do have meetings in advance. Not everybody can make those meetings. And so I know whatever we can do to further that touch point with folks that are impacted. We know construction's inconvenient, yeah. But we do offer additional service points if we can provide maps or signage to business owners that will help with their customers or clients. We're certainly willing to do that, yeah, as well.
Well, again, it's necessary, and I think the end product will be something that residents and businesses and people from the public will appreciate. And but it is, as you will see, it is messy in the development. But I really want to thank you and your department and our partners for helping to deliver these projects from both design to construction. And I want to thank the residents for their patience. And I think for me, what it means that when we have these major constructions, that customers of businesses that are in these corridors, we have to find ways to make it as convenient as possible for them, but we all have to go out our way to continue to serve, continue to patronize some of the businesses. Right. And we just went to the supermarket and was really intentional about making sure that we can not only hear from them their concerns, but also patronize some of the services that they have. But thank you, Tim. Thank you for you and your team doing this work.
All right, thank you, Mark.
A few other things that are happening around our community. We received a certification from the National Weather Service that rated Grand Rapids as a storm-ready community. And given all the changes in the weather and climate, we certainly can't avoid the storms and the extreme weather conditions, but we can be ready for them by promoting warnings and making sure that our residents are as prepared as possible, and of course responding in inclement conditions. And so appreciate our emergency management office for leading that effort and making sure that we are as prepared as possible. We also received several updates at a recent public safety community meeting about violence prevention, and I want to thank our partners at the Urban League, Grand Valley State University, LifeQuest Ministries, as well as our Office of Public Accountability and GRPS for implementing some late night programs on the weekend. You should hear about that. It's called It Takes a Village, and it's an evening program that offers our young people alternative things to do from 6 to 10 o'clock Friday and Saturday nights. Lots of great things that are happening in our city. Hopefully you're having a wonderful summer. We recently had a City Commission Community Night Out meeting, and it was good to see a lot of the residents that were there. So we'll see you next time.